Good evening, everybody. It's me, it's Rob. And here we are for the stewards meeting for IMOLA, for Warriors. So let's try and get through it. And as sharp as we can, I will just bring the guys in right now.
This.
Nige and Rick. So we've got Rick, Rick tonight, and we have got Nige. I don't think anybody else has appeared. There might be some stragglers appear in, but we'll get started straight away. And you're very, very welcome, Nige, tonight. So we have 6 reports to work our way through, and they're all in the gold class. The silver boys were very, very, very well behaved.
The first one was silver, wasn't it, Robin?
Yeah, I was just looking at the notes. It was silver practice.
Okay.
I've seen the incident because I think somebody posted the clip on the Discord.
Okay, well let's see. So is that in? Oh, hold on. Silver practice. That being, see, I don't have silver.
I've got silver race, but not silver practice.
Okay, well I think we can talk to this more than anything else.
Yeah.
So Fergus, he was leaving the pits in Imola, and looks like he floored the car as he was coming out cold tires, and lost control of the car, and it went straight across the track and straight into Mark Cooley. And this caused injury to Mark's left wrist, and was unable to compete in the race. He had to withdraw because he was in so much pain. Now, I will, and I haven't reached out to him, but I'm quite sure Fergus just made a terrible error. We know him long enough now that that would never happen on purpose, and he's probably kicking himself. I don't know if he was in the chat at the time, during that time, and he may or may not have heard the pain that Mark was in at that time. I just want to reiterate that in this case, I kind of think that this was just a pure accident. It's just silly.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, enthusiasm came out, floored it, went across. I have staved a thumb on my direct drive wheel before. These things are dangerous, and even in jest, and you know, sometimes at the end of a race, somebody would smash into somebody else as a bit of a laugh. Don't do it. Don't do that. That's an absolute no.
Agreed.
I don't mean if this was malicious. I can't imagine it. I'll reach out to Fergus because I don't think he was in the chat, and I don't even think he knows that this happened. He's not just that as active, and I suppose it happened to Mark Cooley. And if something like this happens, reach out to the person to say, hey, like, I'm sorry. And I don't think that happened. Maybe it has happened, but that would be the nice thing to do here. I think it's just, I don't know. It's a very dangerous thing. So
we don't have tyre warmers in this series, so it'd be a really, really silly move if you go out full throttle on the pits. I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it's enthusiasm, isn't it? And you know, just coming out when I was coming out the pits, you know, I think you feel your car go. You think, crikey, you just got to just pull back a bit. You just forget, don't you?
It's one that we've not came across before. No. And I'll have a chat with Fergus if he hasn't, and he can ask him to reach out to Mark. And I hope
how is Mark? Do we know how? Mark
I hope he's doing better. I'm sure we'll hear after this. Mark, would you let us know? Let us know. So I don't think. I'd say Fergus, never do that again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anybody,
Mark would have been at full throttle at that point on the track.
Yeah, fastest part of the track. Yeah, it looked horrific. I remember I did see it. So it's horrific. I don't know. Just the warning enough for everybody. Just be careful on cold tires coming into the pits. Yeah. So I'm very sorry, Mark, that happened to you, and I'm sure. I'm not sure that Fergus even was aware of it, but saying that if he whacked you like that, you kind of expect an apology. So not to be awkward about it, but yeah, Fergus, if you would reach out, and I will reach out to Fergus as well. So
yeah,
okay.
There's a clip of it in Warriors chat.
Right, okay. Yeah, we did. Yes, we've seen that. Okay, so let's go on to the first this here then proper. This is in from Jonathan, and we're going to lap number of incident is 29:30. And what I will
I've looked at the
what I
I've
will
looked at the
broadcasting
incident.
your
It's
stream,
lap
Robin.
28 at 49:54.
okay, what I am going to do for you guys as well is I'm going to stream my big screen. So these are right up there. You should be able to see that now. I'll bring up the race cam here.
Yep.
For folk 2. Sorry, what lap did you say it was?
Lap 28, 49:54 on the timestamp. If you go to 49:50, you can then see how it unfolds.
28. And let's turn that
Right at the
volume
start.
Volume down a bit.
So it's the end of 27 going into 28, literally crossing the start finish line.
And standings. And we're looking for Jonathan here.
Nothing. Yep.
Say that timestamp again, please.
At 49:50.
49:50. So this is Hypercar on GT3. I have not watched any of these.
I don't understand the timestamps that is in the report because they're slightly off. So my timestamp could be inaccurate if the replay starts at different times. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it depends if you. Yeah, I found that it can be a bit
okay.
different. I looked at 42:40 and I got the right time.
Oh, okay.
Let's just whiz through it. We'll get there.
Right on the start.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. It was that corner, Robin.
Yeah, that's it. This is it. Coming up.
Yes.
I think
They've
you should
gone
look
past.
at it from the cockpit view, really, from the person
So I'm
reporting
just
it, to
reading
give us a very clear picture.
Go to
the
Jonathan's
car
car.
sits in the middle of the track as I approach from behind.
It's on the start finish straight.
I make it clear I want to go down to the left side of him. He proceeds to defend the position. Moving to the left. Come on, this forces me to take to the grass. All right.
So if you go into Jonathan's
Cockpit view.
cockpit,
At 49:50, you'll see it all.
yeah.
Oh, darn it, Robin. Stop.
There you go. Stop. Slower.
Come back a bit. There's the rain.
You're looking from behind Jonathan's car in that cockpit. If you go into the second view, yeah, that one there. That's it.
Oh, okay. So, nobody's right, nobody's wrong here at this moment in time. My opinion of this here at this moment in time is that we ask for people not to do anything random, and Steve here is on the racing line, and to me that's not random. So that's my line there and cut tight into that curb on the left hand side. The hypercar should have been on the right of him. I don't think he was defending a corner.
Jonathan's committed left, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But
They've
Steve's not going to know
They've both gone
that,
for
is
the
he?
racing line, haven't they?
Yeah.
And Jonathan approaching's the one who needs to make sure that he's picking the right line or going right rather than left.
So if the red car had been further out on the right, he would have been, yes, we would have been letting him through, but he would have been doing something that would be unexpected. I want to have a look.
Behind, please. Just,
Yeah, I want to have a look
deviate?
in Steve's car as well.
Yeah.
There's no his line is consistent.
Yeah. I think Jonathan's gone there on the assumption that he's going to stay out and he's just sticking to the racing line, and Jonathan's assumed
was
or guessed
basically the notes
wrong.
that I made. Is Steve could have gone wider on one side or the other to let him through, but he didn't have to. He was on the racing line.
Yeah,
so he didn't do anything wrong.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. If at best it's a racing incident, and
Incident, yes.
yeah, there's nothing to say here. It's up to you to get past that GT3 safely. He was on the racing line. In fact, he actually had left. If that had been me, I would have been almost tight over the curb there on the left hand side. So, no.
He could have made it easier, but
yeah,
he's on the racing line, so
he didn't. Yeah, he did.
why
Yeah,
didn't have to.
no, didn't have to.
He's not racing anybody at that point on the
No,
track. He's just
no,
driving the
and
racing line,
there. I mean, there is the 200 marker there. He's already passed him the 200 marker. The break point is just past that in the wet or in the drizzle and around that 100 marker. So he had loads of time to go around safely on the outside and not get the GT3 to do something which is not the norm. We asked them to stay on the racing line. So I don't think there's anything to. I don't think there's anything to say there.
No, it's just a racing incident, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Definitely worth looking at, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think sometimes people think, oh, there's too much bias to get to the GT3s for the racing line, and it's just getting that balance right, isn't it? I know they've got the priority, but if sometimes they might be able to just sort of, I'll just move across a little bit so we can get through if you can anticipate it.
I know as a GT3 driver,
the racing line is the racing line.
Yeah, I would have stayed right, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. I don't have to do that.
No, absolutely not. And
I don't see Steve done anything wrong. So.
Yeah, I learned a hard lesson with Mark Healy one time, and it was at Watkins Glen, and he had been lapped, and he didn't get out of the way. It was a long race, but he was waiting for me to make a challenge, and I didn't. I was hoping for him to step out of the way, and in this case here, where Jonathan says he made his intentions clear, I'm looking in that mirror right now, and I don't see any intentions clear. I see
it's obvious.
It's a very very fast hypercar coming towards me.
You look in the mirror there. He could have gone either side, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And he would have been. Steve would have been guessing, and if he did move to help, it could have caused a problem.
Yeah, well, and luckily Jonathan got away with it too. So
yeah.
There was space for both of you there. Okay, next we have for lap number of the incident is 8.
So lap 8, and it's last corner. It doesn't say timestamp, but last corner.
I've got it as lap 7, and I've got it at 15:25.
Good lad.
So you're in a GT3, Nige? Do you drive your GT3?
I drive GT3, yes.
Yeah, that's probably why the times are slightly different then. I guess these are because people have reported
okay,
there.
gotcha, right.
There's a high for
Yeah, I see,
yes. Yeah.
That would explain it. Yes, I hadn't thought of that. What I'm
So it's the last corner of lap 8 from Paul.
There it is there. That's it. Was it there?
There it is.
Yeah, so it's down here and then the next 2 corners.
Ravazza 2, I think it is.
Yeah,
Second
so
Ravazza.
keep going.
Yeah, here it is.
Keep going. There.
Okay. Description, difference of opinion, and we left a gap. We went for. He turns for the apex like I'm not there.
Yeah.
Makes contact.
So
with the back.
Andrew has reported the same incident as
Oh.
report number 6. So this is the one that's. But they were both debating it, trying to decide whether there was who was at fault, and they couldn't agree. So I think they've both put a report in for us to have a look at.
Beautiful. Just look at it a couple of times, you don't mind. Yeah. Okay. Back and go to car.
I'll go first. Like,
Yeah, you go.
So-
Is that what we're waiting for? Someone to go first?
yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
so going into the first corner, the first part of that, absolutely no problem at all. Andrew is wider. I think Paul's seen the gap, and I think he's got the speed to take that corner. I think if it had been GT3 on GT3,
That wouldn't work.
Andrew would have had to stay. We'd have had to stay out wide to allow for that. And I think in this case, Paul is alongside here, and so Andrew he'll be on his radar. I think Andrew should be staying out a little bit wider to accommodate in this case.
I would say that the hypercar is sufficiently alongside going into the corner.
Correct.
And
Yes.
Andrew ignored that and drove into him.
Well, it's a bit of it's a shock as well.
Yeah.
There's this wonderful term called the vortex of danger, and although I agree, well, I just want to see it was Paul making the corner. He was, because there's the top of the rear end, so it pushes him out.
Paul's well over that.
Yeah.
Well over the curve as well.
He's really tight on that curb.
Yeah, so Paul has made the move, and it's a righteous move, I think, but it's a risky move because it's the vortex of danger.
You're relying on the other driver.
You're relying on the other driver, so that's a calculated risk to do that. I overtook a few at this very, very spot as well, but yeah.
I think Andrew will have seen him on his radar. He will know he's there. If it had been me, I'd have stayed out a bit wider to allow him to go past.
He just had to
So
ease
it
off
wouldn't
a
have
little bit and
compromised-
take a wider line, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't have compromised his lap. Wouldn't have compromised Paul's lap either.
Don't want to look in the mirror. Yeah, he's through. Yeah.
He's there.
So it's I would say on Paul's case, he put himself at the risk of another person. In that vortex of danger, it's a risky move, but it's a fine move. There's nothing wrong with the move. And then I think there's also just a little bit of spatial awareness.
Yeah.
That was missing in the BMW.
Yeah.
There, I'm going to make my line no matter what.
There's a car there, so
Can't turn it.
tough. You have to back off.
Yeah.
I would also say this is a racing incident.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything down.
Yeah.
No
penalties
penalties or anything like there whatsoever. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew suffered enough
Yeah.
by ending up where he did, and that
Yeah.
should be the lesson, I think. I don't think it needs a penalty as well.
What
Hopefully
real?
next
What?
time
Yes,
he'll give it a bit wider
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Unavoidable contact. I did ask the question, by the way. What was?
Go on,
an,
I'm intrigued.
What was
Talk about that later.
Yeah, well, we'll come back about that. What's an unavoidable, unavoidable incident?
No, what's an avoidable incident?
Of unavoidable, unavoidable,
Sorry, unavoidable. Yes,
unavoidable.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
And I think
unavoidable, yeah.
I got some stick about that. Because I think it's a case of when you're on a I don't even know why it's there. A mass pile up that you're in the middle of, and you can do damn well squared with it. So,
Or if you just got caught up.
in something, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that was also.
So that was reports 3 and 6, I think it was.
6.
Yeah, I'm not sure about 6 and.
Hypercar dive bomb while on the racing line. I slammed the brakes on spin, hit him or go wide. Suspension damage, race
Oh,
over.
sorry, that was.
Yeah,
no,
6 is
no.
the same as 4 I've written down here, as far as I can see.
Oh, is that the two that are the same?
Yeah, because I think 6 is Paul. Not
Yes, sorry.
2344.
Andrew's report.
Yeah.
So, so the BMW had suspension damage after that?
No, sorry, that was another one. It was involved in 2 incidents, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go through them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So report 3 is rated
recent
incident.
incident.
Yeah.
It was a tough match. And what I would say is, spatial awareness from the BMW and Paul, fine move, but risky move, and it's a vortex of danger, and that's the risk you take when you make a move like that. So, and you make too many of those, you get a bad name for yourself. Right. Okay. Next one, which is
so this is lap 7.
Yeah, I've got it as 7. 13:44 on the timestamp.
Yeah. This is Lars Revo, Lars.
best name in the house.
GT3, I think, is he?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's lap 7. That's lap 7 now.
And this is the one that's the same as number 6.
Ah, right. Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, yes.
It's the other drivers.
1343.
13:44. I've got it, or 43, something like that.
Still going. That's a good thing.
Lap 7. T1.
What could possibly go wrong at T1? Okay, good tight battling with the 3 of them. 2 more behind.
Yep, here we go. Normal speed. I struggled with this one.
Bit from outside the cockpit, if you can move it. So, does that whether both cars are the same?
Okay, so I'm just looking at point of brake lights here. So the brake lights come on within a split second of each other. 1. Well, we're in slow motion. 2. I missed that side view you got with ACC. That free cam.
Yeah, the free cam in this game is not very intuitive at all. I've tried it. It's hard work.
Okay.
At full speed.
Jesus. I think they both have. I think they both have a right to this corner. I think.
Yeah.
I think they should.
My
Sorry.
take on it was possibly Lars was a bit not quite alongside, so it was a bit of a dive bomb. But
Yes.
the other chap, Paul, should have been aware. He had him in his mirrors on the back straight, and if you look in Paul's car, Lars's car is not in his mirror, so he knows he's alongside him, whether he should be there or not. And again, spatial awareness, he just had to run a little bit wide. Lars would have been tight, and Paul would have kept the space, the place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here, just as they both hit the brakes, I think there's enough overlap there to say that they should be giving each other enough space.
You go into Paul's car. Lars isn't in the mirrors, so he must be there on the inside of him. I know he's not quite hub to hub,
Not
but it's so close.
Andrew Oakley.
Andrew Oakley, yes. So if you go into his
Sorry.
car,
Sorry,
yeah.
Go inside his car. Lars isn't there in his mirrors, so he knows he's there.
And his radar should be telling you that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fast to slow braking zone. It's risky not to give space.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a late lunge into the corner, but I think
Lars has got the momentum, hasn't he, from the later braking?
yeah. And I see when I see that.
Especially the onus is on the car behind to be safe, isn't it? That's the
Exactly, there is that, of course, yes.
See, I think that's too late there. When you see that angle, I mean, they're not. It looks like a.
I mean, look at the position where Andrew's car is here. Is he? He's not going to cut that corner so much as Lars is he? Lars is not going to make that corner unless he.
Yeah, I'm
just
sorry.
looks like he's gonna go straight on.
I'm not looking at this here angle. This is a completely different animal when you look at it like that. The crossover doesn't happen until we're at the scene of the accident.
That's what I say. I don't think Lars was quite close enough, but for preservation.
Just about there and no more at this point. But brake lights are on here, so we're pulling forward more. Isn't it odd?
But he knows Lars is there. I don't understand why he just didn't give him a bit more space.
More space.
Jeepers.
I know he's not technically in the right place, but that cost him dearly.
Phenomena.
Oh my goodness.
Phenomena.
Not me?
No, that's me.
Oh, Roger here, yeah.
Somebody else.
What do you think of this one, Roger?
What I think is that no matter what, okay, because they're both there and they're both entitled, the guy on the outside is required to leave the space. He has to leave the space. He can't cut the line, which means he has to go deeper into the turn.
Yeah.
Before he starts going left. He can't cut it off.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the rule.
Partial awareness again.
So going here. So if we come back a little bit here. Change the car.
Sorry. I just couldn't take yelling at the screen anymore.
There, brick. There's enough intent there that they need to give each other space. Well, I don't know about the guy here on the inside can do any more. He's going to make the turn just about no more there. If he was going to make the turn. Because, I mean, had he adequately slowed that car down enough to make the corner?
Just when you go back to where they were about to touch, what the relative speeds are between them. If you just pause and go between the cars, just out of interest, see what the difference in the speeds are.
211.
Just as they're about to touch, just out.
2.4. Come back a little bit.
Just
257.
Yeah.
262. So he's got 10
Yeah.
10 kph on him at this point.
Yeah. I think Andrew could have left a bit of space. Lars on the inside and behind has also got some responsibility. Andrew's closed the door.
Yeah, but
the problem is
Andrew should be further across.
It's okay closing the door, but the other car has to be able to get stopped if you're going to close the door.
Yeah.
he cuts the nose, which changes the angle of the car.
Yeah.
And that turn is plenty. There's plenty of room for two cars to get
through
side by
yeah.
side. We've done it 100 times.
Yeah, yeah. This car here is if the car on the right is if there's no Nobody with him at all. It's standard racing line, coming in to cut the curb, doesn't quite make it the curb because he gets hit by the other car. There's no awareness that there's another car there on his inside at all. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So we're saying on Andrew.
Yep.
Just run it forward further, just after the crash, just see what happens, because they both spin.
I love tap.
There's a little. Lars waits, but then Andrew spins it, trying to get back on track.
And then does a pretty bad rejoin as well, I might like to add.
So just see what Mark. Sorry.
Rejoin's not very good. I guess he had the red mist at the time.
Yeah, panicking as well a bit, just trying to
Yeah.
get back on track. Yeah, we've all done it.
This moment,
Trying to gain control.
he's out of control.
Whoa.
Could have been very nasty.
God. It's a brown flag moment for there, Osman.
Yeah, but that's not a reported incident, so we shouldn't be
No.
looking at it. But
No,
even so,
it's just
that
again.
is- yeah, that could.
I
Have been
suppose
so much
it was
worse.
made worse because those two were side by side as though coming round anyway, weren't they? So
Yeah, they've been next to each other all up the straight, going
Yeah.
down the corner. So
yeah.
Okay, so how do we pull that together? So,
I mean, if you want to follow the letter of the law, you probably want to penalise Andrew, but
Yep.
he suffered so badly out of that. Is that enough? But then that rejoin wasn't very good, so I don't know. I can't call it.
I call it a minor.
Yeah, almost a 50-50. I'll almost put it as a racing incident because
Yeah,
they can both learn from
Oh,
that.
they could
and
both have done
and they
something
both, and
differently.
they both suffered for it. I could almost call it as a racing incident, but perhaps that's being too lenient. I don't know.
well, it's,
No, I'm going to call it racing incident.
Mm.
That's what I would call. That's what I. Would
I think
say.
because we've looked at it a lot, haven't we? And we're still sort of a bit.
Yeah, and you should always go to the lenient if you can't make a decision unanimously. I think it's that's my thoughts. That's I would vote racing incident, no penalties awarded.
well,
Yeah, 'cause I think if you called it a minor, it would be at the bottom end of a minor as well, wouldn't it? And
And you want the drivers to learn. When you're in an incident like that, you want to learn from it. And
yeah,
taking a penalty maybe not isn't the right thing. So, I don't know. It's
did
just
they?
the way
They both did they lose both? They both lost positions out of it.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, leave it there.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
You don't want to beat everybody up for everything, do you?
No,
At the
no,
end
no.
of the day, we want to try and
no.
encourage good racing, and that was a prime setup for a good battle through the corners, and it just went
Yeah.
wrong. So
There was nothing malicious in that at all, was
No,
there? It was,
absolutely
but
not.
you know,
Absolutely
No,
not.
but again,
And
it's.
no.
I mean, yes, I kind of agree as far as not penalising. I mean, yes, you always try to find someone to blame, but at the end of the day, Lars.
The little tap afterwards wasn't nice, though. I didn't like that.
Was that?
I don't know whether they're just trying to sort themselves out. I don't think that was intentional. I think it was just both trying to sort themselves out
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
trying to get off track, maybe, because he was across the track trying to get away.
True enough.
I don't
true
think.
enough,
Again,
yes.
I don't think there was anything that. To be fair.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I'll retract that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have
Okay,
said
no,
that.
sorry.
Yeah,
Just-
I think
just didn't-
look,
just didn't like to see it. You know what I mean? It
Look-
could
Yeah.
be
It's
construed as
unfortunate.
malicious, but you tap
Yeah.
me out, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tap you. again.
Andrew, he was there. He was there, and
Yeah.
he should have been aware, and he should have left
Yeah,
space.
exactly.
And again, here,
Vortex.
hell of a challenge.
Yeah.
But you're very much.
Can we, as we're looking at report 4,
Mhm.
we should look at Andrew's comments on report 6 to answer his comments, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Lars stated in his comments that he wasn't sure whether he was alongside enough. We've agreed with that. He wasn't,
Did I not see that?
technically. I don't know.
Can I
Go
just
for it.
can I just say something here,
Yeah,
Robin?
yeah.
And that for me the lesson for the drivers should be this: There's nothing more rewarding than having an awesome battle, especially into a chicane where you're able to fight side by side and exit safely and still be in a race,
Yes.
as opposed to having to win it. And that's where these races, if we watch in any of the reports and we go back and we watch, any of the races that we've gone through these reports, it always is this, not always, but a good portion of the time, the same situation. It could have been awesome racing if both guys respected that each other were there and raced through the section instead of trying to beat each other through the section.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the car on the inside was making a good challenge here. Not, yeah. But I agree.
Yeah.
I agree because they both would have fumbled their way through this section and carried on with the race.
Yeah.
And maybe next lap round he would have been a wee bit closer, or the other guy would have locked him down a bit more. So yeah, we don't want to just hit everybody with a big penalty.
No.
We
They
want to
robbed
encourage
themselves.
it.
I think Roger's just made a perfect summary of the whole thing. I think that's really well put, Roger. So well done, thank you.
Yeah, so he tried to let him pass, spun again, and didn't want to wait any longer. So, and then that was from Lars, and then from Andrew, Hypercar Dive Bomb recently. That's
Number 6, instant. Andrew's comment, number 6.
no, report number 6.
That's the other one.
That was Paul. That was Paul Garnham, wasn't it? Was it?
No, Paul Garnham was
Andy,
3, I think.
Drive spun me, lost out 8 places, position handback. Andrew Oakley. Incident 7, 23:44. Let's go to it anyway, because I don't see.
23:44 is the example time.
Oh,
They're
sorry,
all-
21.
Yeah.
It's okay, so let's go to that then. It's Andrew Oakley again here. Andrew Oakley. Where is he? Andrew. There. And we're going.
Number 5.
5,
Five.
not 6. Beg your pardon.
Sorry, yeah, number 5.
5.
Spun,
Yeah.
dive spun me out, lost 8 places. So that was his.
This is the same thing?
No, it's a different incident, isn't it?
Let me. 21. Oh, there he's in the garage at that point.
Yeah. So it's 21:12.
And he's
Yeah,
already
that
in.
timestamp threw me. I couldn't see
Yeah.
anything at 21:12.
Yeah.
Yeah, lap 7.
So I think he's referring to this one.
Oh, this is the same incident with Paul, isn't it? I think.
Paul's take on it. Andrew's take on it.
Andrew's taken what on the Paul incident? Yeah.
This is report number 5, yes?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, not for
No.
T1. Oh, okay. I was a bit
No,
confused
sorry.
by number 5.
Yeah,
I must
no,
admit.
it's yeah.
No, it's because the timestamp says 21:12 on lap 7.
Report 5, lap 7, 21:12.
Okay, well
Maybe
that's
that's that.
that.
Maybe it's that one.
Hey, Jason.
Hello. Sorry I'm late, the cat escaped.
Oh, no.
It's better than your dog eating your homework.
No. I've had to leave the window open.
Let's go to 21. Let's go to 21.
Just got to see why he retired. If he just was back
Yeah.
from the.
Is it damage?
I can't read those numbers; are too small. I need some more glasses.
I think you just give up. I think you give up. Yep.
Ah.
Because at 21:12, he's in the garage. We are with Andrew Oakley here, yeah.
Lap number of incidents 7. Because 21:12 is that because he's a GT3, so it's slightly different because we're looking at a hyper replay.
I don't know.
I did look at it and I couldn't. This is why it confused me because I couldn't see. We've just looked at lap 7 and it was 49 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, now Andrew does have
later or no.
so 23:44. So 23:44. I think it's reporting is hypercar dive bombing while on the racing line. I either slam on the brakes and spin, hit him or go wide. Suspension damage, race over. Position handed back after incident. Okay. So that was 2340. 1250. Is that the? An eventful race didn't strongly had.
Yeah. Let me just have a look at this slide again. Let's just go through it. So done report 1, report 2, report 3.
So this must be the Paul Garnham one. He's saying
Report 4.
no.
So report 5, Andy Oakley,
Yes.
car 31, lap of incident number 7, time of replay 21:12, dive spun me out, lost 8 places.
It's got to be
that's
that.
that.
Yeah, it has to be
that's
that. Yeah.
So that's that
Same
done.
incident.
That's the same as 4. 4 and 5 are the same.
4 and 5 to them.
Incident lost 8 places. He's both lost. So.
Yeah.
And then the last one then is Andrew Oakley. That's the hypercar dive bomb one in the racing line, and that must be the Paul Garnham one.
The one with Paul, yeah.
But it's not order. Let's go. It's just so it goes and does it. Another lap. So this must be the end of that. Car seems okay at the moment.
It's Andrew's night.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
it is. So it is that one.
Yeah, it is that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger, I don't know if you've seen this, but have you agreed with what was said here?
If you're talking about the last 2 corners before the straightaway to the start go,
Yeah.
I did not agree. I think that I looked at what you're supposed to do on that track in multi-class racing, and you're supposed to wait for the exit. A hypercar should not have sped through that section because the GT3 was already into that section, and the hypercar had to slow way down from his normal speed to take the inside, and he compromised the GT3's exit. Which the GT3 is, everybody knows that when you race this, you have that one line basically. And why should he have to? He was already into that section, so why should he have to slow down at this point? You know what I mean? The hypercar should have waited till they were just.
And I read your notes, and I've made this move as well. Then, so I'm as guilty as anybody else. Then of that.
Yeah, you're
On the last
guilty.
corner,
You shouldn't do it right here. This is his section to finish, and the hypercar should be just pacing it just barely behind him, just waiting to get a good exit.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, Roger. What's the rule set? I wouldn't mind reading that.
Well, the thing is it's not when it comes to stuff like this, it's not about rule. It's about etiquette in multi-class racing, and there are. If you go and you look up stuff on like the real IMSA rules and the WEC and stuff like that, there are things obviously that are unwritten rules, but they talk about safe places that hypercars can pass and where they need to back down.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I can send you the document. It's a very useful thing. It's been put together by racers for different tracks. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you take with that view, absolutely, the hypercar shouldn't have been there in the first place, and Andrew's absolutely right. That's throwing a cat amongst the pigeons.
well,
The ball is there to be taken.
Talking to cats.
yeah, look, I mean, if you there's the people will argue, and I know you're right. So there's two sides to this. There's, I had said here, this is putting yourself in, and you'd said it as well, Nige, that you're putting yourself in the hands of another person. The vortex of danger. You're putting yourself there. It's, yes, he has every right to be the corner in the rules, but as far as etiquette is concerned, it's a bit rude.
Yeah, it is a bit rude.
I think we'll leave it where it is, but again, it's a bit rude. It's and I think if you were to do that move 10 times, probably 7 of them you would get through, and 3 of them would end up like this. So it's not an example of how to pass a GT3. I know I pointed it out for the chicane, and that worked very, very well. Maybe there was other spots here that I should have considered that as well.
Definitely food
Yeah,
for thought.
and that's where people have to think with this stuff is there are certain things. It's not a matter of not being allowed, and not that you don't have. I don't even want to say a right, because it's not a right. There's a certain point in the race that you have to decide what's smart and what's not smart.
Mm. Mm.
And this is one of those sections. If that hypercar had beaten him into turn 1 of this section, then the GT3 needs to back down and just let the hypercar through. But the GT3 was actually significantly ahead into this turn, if you look at it.
Yeah.
And not that they're battling each other, but at this point, this section we all know is it's very quick what you've got to do, especially if you're in a GT3 car, because you have to hit it just right, otherwise you could go wide and end up in that dirt.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's just about respect for each other, and
that's the gray area that we get to at times here. That there is the D-bad, don't be a dick thing. But there's the rule that would also say he's well up there. But he's gonna. It's two different cars at two massively different speeds, and yeah.
Right. Here, look. Go back for 1 second and look what happens there. Actually, the guy in the Andrew is already like almost 2/3 of the way through this turn, and here comes the hypercar alongside of him, just towards the end of it, pulling ahead of him. Look at that. You know, like, in all fairness, really. But I understand that's why I didn't chime in at that point, because I didn't want to create even more controversy. But
no, I don't think it's controversy.
I don't think it's controversy at all. I think it's good sense.
I think it's
sense, Roger.
It's racing etiquette, I suppose, here as well. You know, it's yes. Paul could argue, well, yeah, I had the right to be in there. I was well along the inside, and the car should have given me room. But the GT3 couldn't give room because it was how it all came so fast, and he is on that line.
He's going into the corner.
Yeah, and if we go back to this point here, look how far back that hypercar is at this point.
Exactly. So that GT3 is probably, again, we can't think what they're thinking. It's not fair for us to do that. But if it were me in that car, I'd be like, okay, well, this guy's plenty behind. He's going to wait.
Yeah.
It's not the place to put your nose in, is it?
No, it's a vortex of danger. Absolutely,
yeah.
perfect example of it.
Yeah, but I'm sure Paul wasn't being a dick. Paul probably
thought he was through.
Make
okay, yeah.
I think Paul did.
Exactly, and realized last minute he's not going to make it, and he's like, all right, well, at this point, I'm already committed.
And he did actually lift off on the straight as well. If you follow it through,
He does.
so I
He
think
slows
he
down.
obviously realised he did something wrong.
Yeah, there was oops here. Yeah,
He's
and
way back.
He loses a place out of it too.
Yeah.
Oh, to me, thank you.
Yeah. Helpful.
It's a good point, actually.
Yeah. And if you watch Andrew Oakley's couple of laps, he does the turn exactly the same. So he was consistent what he normally does.
Yeah.
So anyway, just something to think about in the
Yeah,
future.
I think we'll leave it where it is. But again, it's a race etiquette type thing. Well, there you go. We're through all of the reports. There are no more.
And the silvers.
There is none on the silvers. There's no silver reports.
Nope.
Good silvers. Good boys. Thank you very much, everybody, for your input. If you don't agree with that, or if you want to challenge anything like that, send me a direct message. Today is Friday, Monday. So before tomorrow, this time by 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, please. If you want to look at something again. But thank you very much. Nige, thank you very much. And Roger, thank you for stepping in. It's good.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the information, Roger. That was insightful, and I hadn't even contemplated.
If you don't mind, Rog, I will distribute. I don't know if you don't mind me sharing these notes you passed on to me, because I have them highlighted in different places. The very anti-Alta.
Of course, I think that they're helpful. So they don't give all the answers.
No,
they give enough to think about.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm just going to close this out.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Okay. There you go. Interesting. Lovely getting these different points of view. We've put everything down pretty much to racing incidents tonight. Things that could have been avoided with a bit more space and maybe a bit more patience. So thank you very much. and I will see you next time around.